Hi everyone, it's Johnny Seed here again. So I'm going to accept John Bellamy's challenge. He did a video recently daring people to show sleeveless records, the shame of it, following on from Steve Whitty's video on the same topic. So I thought I'd dig out the ones that I've got in my collection, which are currently sleeveless, and also a couple which are in very bad nick. And there's one at the end which, if you are of a nervous disposition, and you don't like looking at abused records, classic records in really bad shape, then I'll give you a warning when I'm going to show that one. Start off with, now this one is, I don't think this has ever had a sleeve. This is Nat King Cole. This was one of my parents' records on Capitol. Love is the Thing. From, I think this is the 60s. Let's see if we can see a date on here. Bing, 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 bing. No, can't find a date. It's got Ain't Misbehaving on it. And my God, I can't read anything. When Sunny Gets Blue. So yeah, this is a Nat King Cole album on Capitol, owned by my parents, which I never remember seeing the album cover. Maybe maybe it's stored somewhere. It does still have a. This is the original inner sleeve, anyway. Maybe you can read that. Important, take good care of your microgroove records. So I think this is the original one. Quite a nice thick sleeve. Now these next two are sleeveless. I think they're sleeveless because they were owned originally by my brother and he had the sleeves on his wall. So whether he still has the sleeves somewhere, tucked away, I'll have to ask him if he still has the covers hidden away somewhere. And this one is the Wizard of Oz soundtrack. Well, not exactly the soundtrack, it's the CBS Hollywood Collection Volume 16, The Wizard of Oz. And similarly, we have this one is the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Stereo Gold Award. This is the National Philharmonic Orchestra and Chorale, conducted by Frank Barber. Oops, there we go. Now this one, I didn't know I had this. Well, this album was my brother's. When I grabbed all the records from my folks' house and brought them over here, all my records and his records were all mixed together. I think I've said this before, he was like, take them away. He doesn't listen to them anymore. And this was a complete surprise because I knew it was a sleeveless record, and I just looked at the name on it and it said Ultravox. I never really looked at it close up, but no, this is 3-into-1. This is John Fox era Ultravox. This has got Young Savage on it. And when I posted the single, I think it was Graham at Cracking Vinyl was saying that he was interested in that kind of era, John Fox era Ultravox, and I was like, yeah, after listening to Young Savage, I agree, I'd like to hear some more of that. And I owned it. I didn't realise. Now this is in really bad condition. Actually, it's got some bad dents and scratches in it. So I don't know whatever happened to the cover. When I found it online, at first I was looking at it thinking, have I ever seen that before? But now the more I looked at it, I thought, yeah, I vaguely remember us having that cover, so whatever happened to that, I don't know. So I wasn't able to play this because my current stereo system is kaput, but I did find it online, most of it, and give it a listen. So a couple of things of note. This is partly produced by Brian Eno. There's some good stuff on here. I would say this is 50% tracks which I thought was brilliant, some I thought were okay. So apart from Young Savage, which is excellent, the track Rock Rock is really good. I enjoyed that. The Man Who Dies Every Day is very good. That's got some great synth noises on it. There's a track called, let's see here if I can read it. The Wild, the Beautiful and the Damned, which it grew on me by the time it finished when I listened to it. It's got fiddles on it, and it does sound a little bit Scottish, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's got a folkiness about it, but mixed with some synth. But yeah, when it started, I was a little bit, I'm not sure about this one. But by the time it ended, I was very much a fan. So overall, I'd say there's a little bit of Bowie on here, a little bit of Television, a little bit of Marquee Moon. Some great early synths. I think this is 78 or 79. Yeah, so late 70s. So I'm going to try and find a better copy of this, if possible, and one that I can play. So that was a discovery. So so now I've got some odds and ends and some of my roughest looking vinyl. Now for some reason I own the inlay sheet for the Eurythmics Be Yourself Tonight, but not the album. Now I don't remember selling it. I did sell off a bunch of vinyl a couple of years ago. I don't remember this being one of them, but I'd like to know where the rest of the album is, because it's quite good. It's got Would I Lie to You, There Must Be an Angel, Ball and Chain, Sisters Doing It For Themselves, It's Alright, Baby's Coming Back. So yeah, if anyone needs the inlay for the Eurythmics Be Yourself Tonight, let me know and I'll send it to you in the post. Okay, so now there's a bit where anybody out there who's sensitive to damaged vinyl might want to start looking away. This one is still intact, but it is a bit gross. And this is my copy of the Easy Rider soundtrack. But yeah, look at that. Somebody has, I've shown this before actually in my soundtrack album video. But yeah, it's not great. I mean, this is from the 60s and it's got like 50 years worth of gunge all over it. But at least this one is still fairly intact. Now this next one, I apologise. I apologise if this offends anyone. All I can say is, it was like this when I found it. Possibly not as bad as it is now. But it's a Beatles album. This is one of the only, I think, is this the only Beatles album I own on vinyl? Possibly it is. You'll be shocked. Yeah, this is Help, and I think it needs some help. I'll actually take the record out. Yeah, I found this on the market for about, I don't know, 50p. Look, it's absolutely trashed. Now, I can't bring myself to throw it away. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I mean, look at it. It's fucked! It's a Beatles album. It's an original Beatles album, look. It's got parlophone and everything. And this is completely trashed. Yeah, I mean, I've seen them worse. I've seen worse conditioned albums, worse Beatles. I've seen Beatles albums in worse condition for sale for like 10 quid in places. So looking at this now, it's not actually that bad, but yeah, the cover is horrendous.
Oh, and whilst we're on the subject of buggered Beatles albums, here's a shot of a copy of the White Album I sold on eBay for a friend years ago before I started collecting again.
Anyway, I hope that didn't upset anyone too much. That was my response to the Sleeveless albums thread. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.
Jeff Beck?
No, that's Bruce Springsteen. And finally, who's this? A Telegraph article claimed that they weren't the greatest band of all time. They were even better than that.
Oasis.
Good heavens, no.